Yes, students, good morning. And now we are going to discuss about the part second of the video lecture, and in this we are going to discuss about the various type of thermodynamic properties. So during discussion of the thermodynamic properties of a system, the first thing we are going to discuss about the internal energy of a thermodynamic system. So internal energy of a thermodynamic system can be defined as what? Internal energy of a thermodynamic system can be said as the total energy possessed by a thermodynamic system due to its molecular vibrations or molecular configuration. So we can say that the total energy possessed by a thermodynamic system due to its total energy possessed by a thermodynamic system due to its molecular vibrations or molecular configuration. And molecular vibrations and molecular configuration. So what is the meaning to say that total energy possessed by molecular vibrations and molecular collisions? Suppose there is a container, or you can say that this is a thermodynamic system. This is a thermodynamic system. You had considered this as a thermodynamic system, and there are various constituents of the thermodynamic. These are the constituents of the thermodynamic. These are the constituents of the thermodynamic system, and these constituents are randomly moving in the system. If they are randomly moving, random motion in the system. Okay, they are moving randomly, vigorously they are moving inside the system. So due to their movement inside the system, whatever the energy possessed is called as internal kinetic energy. So energy possessed by the system due to the vigorous movement of the constituents of thermodynamic system is called as internal kinetic energy. Internal kinetic energy, and it can be denoted by UK. That is internal kinetic energy, it can be denoted by UK. Now, due to their vigorous motion or due to their random motions, whatever the energy possessed by the particles or constituents of the thermodynamic system, that is called as internal kinetic energy. Now, dear students, if there is a thermodynamic system and molecular there are constituent molecules of the thermodynamic system, then they must be balanced by their internal forces. Intermolecular forces should be there. In between these, there are certain intermolecular forces. These are intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces. Okay, and due to this intermolecular forces, there must be certain work done due to these forces also, and that work done due to these intermolecular forces can be stored as the internal potential energy. Internal potential energy that can be denoted by UP. So, energy possessed by the system due to energy possessed by the system due to the configuration of its constituents. Energy possessed by the system due to its configuration of its constituent is denoted by UK, that is internal potential energy. So total internal energy is what? Total energy of the system. This total energy of the system is the sum of internal kinetic energy plus internal potential energy that is due to the configuration of the molecules. So this is the total internal energy of the system, and this internal energy can be increased or decreased by doing the external work or providing external heat to the system. Now we will discuss about the internal energy for an ideal gas and internal energy for the real gas. So internal energy for, okay dear students, we will discuss about internal energy for an ideal gas, and you know that a gas is said to be an ideal gas if the intermolecular forces will be negligible. So in case of ideal gas, intermolecular forces should be zero. Intermolecular forces should be zero. Whatever the intermolecular forces, that intermolecular forces should be zero. And they must satisfy the relation, that is PV is equal to nRT. They satisfy the relation PV is equal to nRT. If we consider about the intermolecular forces, then there is a change in pressure and change in volume also we have to consider, but here we are not considering the change in pressure and change in volume of the gas. So we can say that the intermolecular forces should be negligible, and as the intermolecular forces should be negligible, then total energy due to the configuration of the gas, you can say that potential energy, total energy, or you can say that potential energy, you can write it as potential energy due to the configuration of the gas, that is Vp, and this UP, this is the potential energy, and UP, and this must be equal to 0. So whatever the energy is stored in the gas or ideal gas is due to its translational motion or motional energy. energy stored in the ideal gas is motional energy, and it can be denoted by UK. Motional energy, that can be, and it is said that internal kinetic energy, internal kinetic energy. So you can say that the total energy for an ideal gas is only due to its kinetic energy, and this kinetic energy is due to any type of motion, rotational, translational, or vibrational motion. Means whatever type of motion the ideal gas is executing, the kinetic energy of the ideal gas is only due to that motion, not due to the kinetic energy plus potential energy, because intermolecular force is not negligible. Intermolecular force is negligible in case of ideal gases. But if you are talking about internal energy of a real gas. Dear students, you had studied the van der Waals force in chemistry, due to which an ideal gas shifts to a real gas. So in van der Waals force, we consider that is a volume expansion and pressure contraction. These things we will study, and this is due to the intermolecular forces. So in case of real gases, there is the existence of what? There is the existence of internal forces among the molecules. So here we can consider the total energy of the real gas. Total energy of the real gas is the sum of internal kinetic energy plus internal potential energy. So dear students, internal energy of an ideal gas can be varied by changing temperature. Internal energy of an ideal gas can be varied by changing temperature, while internal energy for a real gas, because internal energy of real gas can be changed both due to its kinetic energy and potential energy. So internal energy of a real gas can be changed by change in volume as well as change in temperature. So it can be changed by change in pressure, change in volume, and change in temperature. By both change in volume and change in temperature, we can change the internal energy of the real gas. So this is about the internal energy. Now we will discuss some characteristics of internal energy. So dear students, now we will discuss about some characteristics which are related to internal energy. So the first characteristic about the internal energy is that internal energy is a state variable. It is a state variable. Now what is the meaning of a state variable? A state variable means the thermodynamic states, that is pressure, volume and temperature. And as the pressure, volume and temperature of a thermodynamic system is going to be changed, then it is they will changes as the work is done, then these thermodynamic states will going to be changed, so they are called as a state variable. We will discuss it later also. It is a state variable. So since it is a state variable, so it depends upon pressure, comma, volume, temperature, mass, composition, etc. Second thing is internal energy does not depend upon initial and final positions. It will not depend upon initial, so it will depend upon what? It will depend upon the path followed. ठीक है, तो the internal energy depends on the state of the system but not on the path achieved. It does not depend on the path achieved for the internal energy does not depend upon the state of the system, depends on the state of the system, does not depend on the state of the, it does not depends upon the path achieved, but depends upon the depends on the state of the system. Means suppose there is a container, okay, there is a container, and if you had taken certain gases here, okay, and if its pressure is P1, volume is V1 and temperature is T1. Now if you are applying the force, then due to the application of force, the piston moves here and pressure, volume and temperature changes to P dash, V dash and P1 dash, V1 dash and T1 dash. So the internal energy depends upon the initial state P1, V1, T1 to P1 dash, V1 dash, T1 dash, not on the technique or path which you had opted to change the state from P1, V1, T1 to P1 dash, V1 dash and T1 dash. The third thing is that it changes as the state changes. It changes as the state changes. Means as many times the thermodynamic states are going to be changed, the internal energy is going to be changed. And the last one is, suppose there is a container and this container consists of different gases, and if this container is moved with velocity v, since the whole container is moving with velocity v and it does not have any relation with the velocity of the internal molecules, so the internal configuration or internal vibrations does not be affected by this velocity, so they are not going to be affected by this if the whole container is moving with velocity v. So these are the characteristic features of internal energy. Now we are going to discuss about heat. Dear students, now we are going to discuss about heat. So we had discussed a lot about heat in the previous chapters also while doing our previous discussions, that is thermostatics or thermal properties of matter. We had discussed quite a lot about heat. So just a brief idea I am going to give here. So heat, it is a form of energy. It is a form of energy which is being transferred from the system to the surrounding due to temperature difference. Clear, students? If we are going to transfer the energy from, suppose this is a system and it has temperature T1 and it has temperature T2. Then if it is separated by a diathermic wall, if it is separated by a diathermic wall, then due to the temperature difference there is the flow of heat, and that heat Q can be given as ms delta T, where m is called as mass of the body, change in heat, that is delta Q is equal to ms delta Q is equal to ms delta T. Mass m is the mass of the system, S is the specific heat, and delta T is temperature difference. Delta T is temperature difference, that is equal to T2 minus T1. So T1 minus T2, here T1 is higher temperature, so T1 minus T2 is the temperature difference, initial temperature and final temperature. Okay. So this is about the heat. SI unit of heat. Suppose to increase the temperature, if to increase the temperature of the system and you are giving it external heat, then its temperature is going to be raised. So if this can be written as T2 minus T1. Okay, that is change in temperature, higher temperature minus lower temperature. Now this is about heat. Its SI unit is what? SI unit of heat is what? It is joule, and CGS unit is calorie. All things we had discussed in the previous chapter. Now next discussion is about work. Let us discuss about work. So dear students, now we will discuss about the term work. So work can be defined as, if we are considering a thermodynamic system, then in thermodynamic system there are two things. If we are doing work on the system or work by the system, there are two things. The work can be defined as work done on the system. Work done on the system. Work done on the system means we are doing work. We are doing work on the system. Means there is a system, we are externally doing work over that system, that is work done on the system. And the second thing is work done by the system. Means system is doing work, system is doing work, system is doing work. How can you understand this? Suppose we had drawn a piston, we had drawn a cylinder, and in this cylinder there are gases, and it is connected with a movable piston. It is connected with the movable piston. And if the force F is applied for the cross-sectional area A by the gas on the piston, and the piston moves in upward direction, then this can be said that work done by the system. This is called as work done by the system. And if suppose there is a piston and this piston is movable, and here we have taken gases and we are applying force over the cross sectional area A, and the piston displaces in downward direction, then here the piston displaces in upward direction, then it is called as work done on the system. Work done on the, it is called as work done on the system. Now here we are going to, now dear students, here we are going to discuss one of the case when there is work done by the system, and for that we will calculate the work done. So for this we had considered what? We had considered a cylinder, and this cylinder is kept with the gases, and there is a movable piston placed over here. There is a movable piston is placed over here, and there is gases. There is gases inside the cylinder, and the cylinder has the cross-sectional area A, and force F is being applied over this. Force F is being applied over the piston by the gases, and the piston displaces itself with a distance dx. With a distance dx. If the piston displaces with distance dx, so if a small amount of work done we want to calculate, then dW is what? A small amount of work done. A small amount of work done, that is dW, and this dW is what? This dW is F into dx. This dW is, sorry, this is F force and this is dx. So dW is equal to F into dx, and due to the application of this application of the force, suppose the initial volume is Vi and the final volume becomes Vf. The volume, due to the application of force on the piston by the gas, the volume changes from V initial to V final. Then how can you calculate the work done? You can calculate work done dW, that is equal to F into dx. And dear students, you can say that, you know that pressure is equal to what? Force upon area. force upon area. So we can replace force as pressure into area. So we write dW as P into A into dx. Okay, and here dW can be written as P A into dx, cross sectional area into dx. This is what? This is dV, volume. This is dV. So the small work done is can be written as P into dV. Now total work done W can be written as what? Force is constant, force is applied, it is not going to vary. So it can be written as integral P into dV, and from V initial to V final, because force is not going to vary, pressure is not going to vary, pressure remains the same, because no extra energy we are going to the thermodynamic system. So it will remain the same, and due to this force the volume of the gas is going to be changed. So it can be written as W is equal to P into dV, V initial to V final, and the P could be variable or constant. P could be variable, means if pressure is going to be varied here also, then also you can apply this formula. The P could be variable or constant. P could be variable or constant, but the volume but the volume obviously changes. Volume cannot be constant, it will change by the application of force. Clear, students? Now we will study about the way to study the variation of pressure and volume. That is called as indicator diagram. Indicator diagram. So this is a plot or a graph, a plot between pressure and volume is called as indicator diagram. Is called as indicator diagram. A graph or plot between pressure and volume is called as indicator diagram. So look at here, if you draw the indicator diagram, suppose here you had plot what? Here you had plot the pressure and here you had plotted the volume. Then this is the graph. If this is pressure P initial and this is final pressure and this is volume initial and this is final volume, means this is the plot for what? This is the plot for decrease in volume, decrease because initial increase in volume, because initial volume is less and final volume is more, and initial pressure is more and final pressure, this is the pressure for volume here, final pressure is low. Clear? Look at here, the initial pressure is more here, initial pressure is more and final pressure is less, and initial volume is less and final volume is more. So this is the graph for expansion of the gas. This is graph for expansion of the gas. Similarly, if you are drawing the graph for indicator diagram for contraction of gas. So dear students, this is the for expansion of gas, expansion of, this is the indicator diagram for expansion of gas. If we are applying the force, from the upside, then what will happen? Then look at here. This is pressure and this is volume. So here the graph will be like this. So if we are doing work, then what is like this? This is the initial. This is the initial volume. Initial volume is more and final volume is less. Contraction. This is the case of contraction. And this is the initial pressure and this is the final pressure. So dear students, on the basis of indicator diagram, basis of indicator diagram, W is equal to what? W is equal to integral P initial V initial to V final P into dV. And okay, so if V final is more and V initial is less, then this work done can be positive. Means work done is positive when work done by the system. Work done by the system or expansion of gas. Clear? And on the basis of indicator diagram, V initial to V final P dV, and if the gas contracts, then final volume will be less and initial volume will be more. This will be negative. That is, work done on the system or contraction means during contraction or work done on the system, the work done is taken as negative, and during expansion or work done by the system, work done is considered as positive. If work done is on the system and work done by the system is positive and work done on the system is negative. Similarly, we can say that if some heat is given to the system, if some heat given to the system. So, if some heat is given to the system, then del Q is positive. Del Q is equal to positive, and if some heat is taken out of the system, then del Q is equal to negative. Okay, so this is about if some heat del Q is what you had studied about. Del Q is equal to M as T final minus T initial. Okay, this thing you had studied. So if some heat is given to the system, if some heat is given to the system, it means the final temperature is more and initial temperature is less. So T5 minus Tf minus T, it is positive, and if some heat is taken out, then final temperature is less and initial temperature is more, then it will be negative. So this is about the work done and heat. And look at here, the work done and heat are two different concepts of transfer of heat. Both are the methods for transfer of heat, that is work done and heat transfer. But work done is by the changing of thermodynamic state by doing work on the system, or mechanical work on the system, or mechanical work by the system. But the heat is the mode of transfer due to the temperature, mode of energy transfer due to the temperature difference. So these two are the different modes of heat transfer. So dear students, this is all about the concepts of heat, work and internal energy. Now in the next video we will discuss about the first law of thermodynamics. Thank you students, have a nice day.